The Labour Party stakeholders called for a stakeholder NEC meeting, and it was held today at Transcorp. Now, during that meeting, Governor Alex Otti of Abia State announced that they have the certified true copy of the Supreme Court ruling that sacked Julius Abure. Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, asked that they all move to INEC headquarters to submit the certified true copy of the Supreme Court ruling sacking Julius Abure, and they all went to the INEC headquarters, and the INEC hosted them, listening to them, where they submitted that certified true copy. It is also interesting to know that Kenneth Okonkwo, who announced that he has left the Labour Party, was also in attendance in this meeting. Well, let us listen to Governor Alex Otti.
I just wanted to bring us all to speed about the certified true copy of the judgment that was just released not too long ago, signed by Honorable Justice John Okoro Enya. It's like I said, it's a 48-page document from page 47. So by the time you finish listening to this, all the manipulations and the lies would take flight. The three issues submitted for determination, and I'm quoting, are hereby jointly resolved in favor of the appellants. And the appellants are distinguished Senator Esther Nenadi Osman and distinguished Senator Darlington Mukocha.
That's right.
In summary, both the trial court and the court below had no jurisdiction to entertain the suit of this first respondent. Whitman relief and first respondent is Abure. Whitman relief, as they both rightly observed, was inserted as relief number 5, as though it was an appendage. Consequent upon the foregoing, the decisions of both trial courts and the court below, recognizing Barrister Julius Abure as the national chairman of the first respondent, are hereby set aside, and suit number FHC is hereby struck out for want of jurisdiction. In the same vein, the first respondent's cross appeal in appeal number being an offshoot of the same judgment of the court below, is hereby dismissed. Before I am done, may I admonish political parties and their members to endeavor to always allow their constitution, rules, regulations, and guidelines to guide them in choosing their officers as well as candidates. That way, incessant internal rates, which always find their way to court, will be reduced. If the constitution of a political party has prescribed duration for tenure of office of an officer, such officer should be humble enough to live at the expiration of the tenure. In the final analysis, I find this appeal to be meritorious and is hereby allowed. Parties shall bear their respective courts. Appeal allowed in very, very clear sentence. Signed, John Okoro, Justice of the Supreme Court. Need we say more?
No, sir.
The INEC leadership, that is here, and the commissioners, I can see a lot of you probably to use the commissioner from my state, Mr. Kenneth, to reach out to all of you, including the directors, the certain first name that I've been reading her all the time. I'm happy to meet you, man. Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, CON. I need to use you to reach out to all the other members of this suit of the first respondent. which may relief, as the board rightly observed, was inserted as relief number 5, as though it was an appendage. Consequent upon the foregoing, the decisions of both trial courts and the court below recognizing Barrister Julius Aburi as the national chairman of the first respondent are hereby set aside, and suit number FXC is hereby struck out for want of jurisdiction. In the same vein, the first respondent's cross appeal, and that is INEC, and no, that's the Labour Party under Aburi, is being an offshoot of the same judgment of the court below, is hereby dismissed. Before I am done, may I admonish political parties and their members to endeavor to always allow their constitutions, rules, regulations, and guidelines to guide them in choosing their officers as well as candidates. That way, incessant internal risks, which always find their way to court, should be reduced. If the constitution of a political party has prescribed duration for tenure of office of an officer such as this one, such officer should be humble enough to leave at the expiration of the tenure. In the final analysis, I find this appeal to be meritorious and is hereby allowed. Party shall bear their respective costs. Appeal allowed. And this is signed by Honorable Justice John Okoro, Justice of the Supreme Court. So we are tendering.
Like I mentioned, it was being reported that Kenneth Okonkwo, who left the Labour Party because of the crisis in the Labour Party, is now back with the Labour Party after the Supreme Court judgment. Kenneth Okonkwo coming back to the Labour Party, and this INEC meeting that is being held by Mr. P2B, Alex Otti, Dati Baba Ahmed, and other executives of the Labour Party, after which they've then proceeded to INEC to submit the certified true copy, is a bold move. Now, when you look at everything, especially from what Governor Alex Otti read, it's obvious that Julius Aburi has been sacked. But then you ask yourself a very important question: why is he hell-bent on remaining as the chairman of the Labour Party? Is the illegality that we promote in this country. It is the illegality that's been going on for a very long time, where people no longer respect court judgment, where you have to blame the courts for all of this. But I believe all these shenanigans, they are all over. All these crises, all this brouhaha in the Labour Party, they are all over. Labour Party is not in any political crisis anymore. Mr. P2B, Alex Otti, Dati Baba Ahmed, and other stakeholders in the Labour Party, they've now officially taken over the structure of the Labour Party. It is time for them to move the Labour Party to the enviable heights that they dreamt of. From all indication, it is obvious that Julius Aburi is a paid actor. He was acting out of a script, but thankfully the Supreme Court has put an end to his illegality. The Labour Party is going to move forward. You see, what is happening to the Labour Party is actually expected, because what the Labour Party did during the last election, it is unprecedented. There is no political party in Nigeria that will be able to do what the Labour Party did. You also need to understand that NNPP was also in that race for that election. A lot of persons also expected Kwankwaso to do the unthinkable, but you saw how he folded. Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party was the game changer in that election. He did an unprecedented thing that no politician in this history of Nigeria will be able to pull up. So that is the reason why you are seeing all of this crisis coming into the Labour Party. The clout, the appeal, the recognition, the money that flowed into Labour Party during the last election is such that the people there did not expect it. They were not prepared for the fame. They were not prepared for the recognition that Labour Party is getting so far. But the fact that they were not prepared, everything got into their head and they started acting abnormally. They got intoxicated with the money they saw. This is something that they have never seen in their entire life. Of course, someone like Julius Aburi, it was reported, bought houses in Abuja. It was also reported that he laundered so much money using his wife's account. Now he expected to continue in that illegality, instead of working with the people that brought the fame to the Labour Party to make Labour Party more popular, to make Labour Party an enviable party. But he wanted to remain as a chairman, where they did not deny him of becoming the chairman. All it was expected of him to do as the Labour Party chairman then was to conduct an expansive convention that will span across from the world level to the local government level to the state level and the national level. What they wanted to do was to incorporate the obedience movement into the Labour Party so positions will be shared evenly. But he decided to continue as the chairman of the Labour Party after being the chairman for 4 years. If he thinks he is popular, if he thinks he has the pedigree, he should recontest that position, but he refused to do that. But he said, rather than me relinquishing this seat, I am going to destroy the party. But well, thank God Mr. P2B followed this matter diplomatically and with the law of the land, because if it was about forceful takeover, Obedient Movement would have gone into the Labour Party office and chased Julius Abure out of that office, but they did not want to go in that route. They decided to go through the court, and finally the court has struck out the judgment that recognized Julius Abure as the chairman of the Labour Party, meaning Julius Abure's position as the chairman of the Labour Party is invalid. You heard Governor Alex Otti reading it from the certified true copy. The certified true copy is the judgment that was released by the judges, not the interpretation that you're seeing Julius Abure and his cohorts brandishing all over the media and on television station. Governor Alex Otti is asking INEC not to recognize Julius Abure as the chairman and to recognize Nenadi Usman as the caretaker chairman. Remember, INEC officially did not recognize Julius Abure as the chairman when he conducted that convention. They did not recognize him. It was the court that forced INEC to recognize him as the chairman. That ruling from the court forcing INEC to recognize Julius Abure as the chairman has been overruled by the Supreme Court. Julius Abure's position currently is illegal. If he loves the Labour Party like he claimed, if he wants the Labour Party to become a prosperous party as he claimed, then he should join hand with the stakeholders, with Mr. Peter Obi, Dati Baba Ahmed, Alex Otti, Nenadi Usman, and every other stakeholder in the Labour Party and build that Labour Party. He should contest the chairmanship position if he thinks he has the popularity to become the next chairman of the Labour Party. The reason why most of them are doing all of this is because they claim that they have been in the Labour Party for a very long time, and the people that just joined them want to come and claim the Labour Party. It is not how far you have been there. Ever since they've been in the Labour Party, what pedigree have they brought to the Labour Party? What clout, what recognition have they brought to the Labour Party? Absolutely nothing. They've been using the Labour Party as a placeholder party to other bigger political party. The people they claim just joined the Labour Party are the ones that brought the recognition to the Labour Party for the first time in the history of the Labour Party. For your information, Labour Party has been in existence for the past 20 years, but for the first time, Labour Party is having close to over 40 members on the floor of the National Assembly and House of Representative members scattered all over the country. Labour Party have a sitting governor. It would have been 2 sitting governors, one in Enugu State, but the court ruled in favor of the PDP. And of course, Labour Party won the 2023 presidential election. Imagine Labour Party going with this momentum into the 2027 general election. It would have been game over for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC, but Julius Abure and his cohort decided to be a plug in the wheel of the progress of the Labour Party and Nigerians as a whole. But I'm grateful that all of this has been put to rest. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.